Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Brett Official Podcast, the first official podcast ever on this channel. And today it is going to be a very special one. I am joined by the legend himself, former rifleman for Tectonic Nation during the Modern Warfare 2 era. I have with me LordJohnson, aka Brian. Brian, how are you doing?
I am doing great. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
No, it is my pleasure having you here. It's good to have someone that I can talk about Modern Warfare 2 with, and they don't go, "What is that?" Because every single time I bring it up, every young person is, "Wait, they had that?" All I know is Black Ops 2. That's it.
Yeah, it's a real shame they missed out on that.
It really is. Brian, if you don't mind, I'm gonna do a little bit of background on you right now. If you have anything you want to say first, feel free to put that out there.
I really have nothing to say. I'm just an open book at this point.
Well, Brian is currently streaming on both Twitch and Mixer. You can find him at Hype Hellcat on Mixer and LordJohnson on Twitch. That's LordJohnson on Twitch. He is going to be taking up the role of editing some videos in the future for Tectonic, as well as for his own personal channel, which I'm hoping is going to be another LordJohnson, because with all the names, I'm gonna eventually lose track.
Yeah, I'm just keep rolling with the names. I think I got more in my head that I'm gonna go with.
Yeah, just keep rattling them off. Eventually, one will stick, and people will be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is the guy,
Bound to hit.
the man of many names." So, Brian, I do want to talk about where we kind of created our bond, I guess you would say. Modern Warfare 2. That was the game that you and I really started playing together, and that's actually where we joined our first clan team, I guess you could call it, either one of those. Tectonic. We played GBs. Brian, my main question I want to ask you right now: what is your favorite moment of me in Modern Warfare 2 GBs?
It is easily your first game playing with you. Very scared, as I want to say everyone on the team went down but you, and then that's when I realized you were using the AUG. Out of all guns, the AUG. I've never seen that in a GB match in my whole life playing MW2. So, zero faith in the world, but you managed to clutch a 1v4. It was the greatest moment of my life on sub base. I'll never forget that.
That
I gotta say, that was the moment I knew you were the real deal.
That might have been where I peaked in life, honestly. Because I had all you guys in my ear. "Brett, what are you doing? You're using an AUG. Why aren't you using an ACR? Why aren't you using a UMP?" And then somehow I luckily just made it through there.
Yep, I had zero faith whatsoever. I think we all had zero faith, and I'm glad you proved us wrong.
All jokes aside, though, I feel like, just in my own personal opinion, Modern Warfare 2 really was where multiplayer hit its stride for Call of Duty.
Yes.
Do you have any specific like memories, I guess, of like your favorite moments of Modern Warfare 2, or your favorite parts of Modern Warfare 2, I guess?
Just being like still in school, but like being able to come home and just being able to play for hours with zero worries in the world, and everybody that we were friends with would all be able to play. And it was just like simpler times. It was a great game. There was really no problems. Like the whole modded lobby things didn't really come into play at that moment when we were still playing and getting into the competitive part of it. And the whole sniping, trick shotting, comp sniping scene, all of that, that's where it really all started. And then the best part about that, it went from MW2 back to Call of Duty 4, which was kind of amazing. And then it just continued and is still happening to this day. And even people were playing older Call of Duties just to have that old trick shotting feel. Man, it's just kind of wild.
Yeah, the trick shotting was, I mean, that was really the first Call of Duty that we started to see YouTubers kind of come up with these montages, and I guess that's where Tectonic came into play, because at first it wasn't even a competitive team. It was just one person uploading all of our trick shots to videos and montages. Was it Ben? Ben was the original person who created Tectonic.
Yep.
Yeah,
And it
and
was great because it first started with our first video all setting up trick shots. It was all just like, let's just try to put something out there. And then it just so happened we'd be in private match messing around, pretty much setting up shots, but then we would actually hit certain shots and like it was the best thing in the world. And then it slowly progressed into us actually being able to just do that type of stuff.
yeah, and like really at that time there was like little to no saturation on any platform at that point because YouTube wasn't really big for gaming, Twitch wasn't a thing by that point, and I mean Mixer wasn't even like a thought by by the time Modern Warfare 2 was
Yeah.
out. So really it was kind of that perfect time to really upload those types of videos, and they were actually kind of popular back then.
Yeah. Surprisingly, that was the best part about it. And that was really like the biggest problem. The only like sort of platform we had for other people was just like playing competitively on game battles. Like if you either had a capture card and you could upload stuff to YouTube and hope for the best, or like that was it. You just pretty much had to just get lucky almost at that point.
Yeah, the only exposure really was those games. You know, sometimes you would trash on some people, and they would be like, "Wow, you guys are actually really good. Let's check and see if these guys have like a YouTube
Yeah,
or something."
you just
And
had to stumble across the right people.
yeah, honestly, that's what it came down to. And I mean, kind of transitioning on to the new Call of Duty. How do you feel that this game is different to the one that we played back in the day?
It's it's very it's weird to me because I almost feel like I'm playing old MW2, but there's such more advanced technology that was put into this. Obviously, they obviously implemented different things that they weren't able to back then. Battle Royale being huge, they added that in,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
But now, isn't there a game battles like mode almost in that game, or am I thinking of a separate Call of Duty?
No, they actually they put in the COD World League mode, so you could basically play by the World League rules, but
Yeah,
without
yeah,
actually,
okay.
because in the past
That's
Call of Duties, what they've done, I think since Black Ops 2, they've actually added competitive into the game itself. Um,
Yeah, see, like that's like the greatest thing they could have done to try to help other people, just people like us, how we were back then, be able to play like the pros do, and then hopefully just find a chance to play off of like game battles and stuff, and then find other people that are actually with the pros and stuff, and then even get a shot at it, which is a total long shot, but there's always a possibility.
well, yeah, that's true. It is a long shot, but it does give like guys like us a chance to really put our names out there and potentially even be seen by those players. How
Yeah.
do you feel about the lack of competitive this year for Call of Duty, though? Seeing as Warzone, as you said, was added this year to Modern Warfare, it looks like that's actually just going to be the only mode that's added.
That is a real bummer because I was really looking forward to ranked play or anything on that. That was half the reason why I got the game because I love playing it, but just playing in regular public matches, it's only so fun for so long. You can run into kids that just go around messing around, having fun with the shotguns and rocket launchers and stuff, and you just don't want to see that. Like that's not how real competitive people play. It's just
There's only
it's
so
very
many.
aggravating.
There's only
Yeah,
so
it
many
just gets
rocket and riot shield combos that you can go up against before you finally snap a
yeah,
controller or
it
two.
just it just really gets under your skin. And that's half the reason why I pretty much stopped playing, and then I hopped on to other games because it just gets so annoying. I just don't even want to deal with it from time to time. I
Yeah.
just like the whole competitive aspect of games. That was just been me my whole life, a real competitive person.
Absolutely. How do you feel about Warzone though? Do you think it's up to snuff right now, or would you have preferred to have competitive in there?
I see. I don't mind it. I'm glad they at least did something. I find it a lot better than the last battle royale they did. I I when it first came out, I played it by myself, thought it was all right. I kind of just pushed it off to the side, but then I started playing again and really getting into it, and I realized they actually did a pretty good job with it, and I do enjoy it. It's pretty good, fun game to play.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, before we move on from Call of Duty, there is one thing that I want to talk to you about that I didn't mention before the show. I want to talk about your first live appearance in Call of Duty. And I want to talk about what the feeling was there. So you had participated in a Call of Duty tournament at a local LAN center called Uptime Esports, where I do some casting. Um, and I'll leave it up to you. How did that go?
Uh, it went awful. It went awful. Just gonna be straight up. But it was a good awful. I was able to learn from my mistakes. I now know I should have brought my own controller. I found out I'm really bad at playing on PC, so that's something I would like to work on in the future. But it was really just a great experience. It made me like realize more just even out of the game. Like if I have a setup the same way I did then, I could play more comfortable and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So like I plan on doing that again in the future. I'm glad I went through that experience first. Didn't win a single round.
You know, but
But it
it's
was
it's
very
almost
interesting.
good that you went through it like that though, because it's almost like setting the bar so low that
Hmm.
really all you could do is go up.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
realistically,
Definitely went
putting
through worse
you on a
sometimes.
controller in that competition, I do see a lot of improvement there.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe we would have won one round at least.
yeah, but I mean, winning the rounds wasn't the main issue I had. It was the fact that I don't think John got a single kill the entire day.
Yeah, and I don't think I had more than maybe two.
In
But yeah, it's just that was a whole experience that was enjoyable, I gotta say.
it's a really cool thing going to live, LAN centers and actually playing in tournaments live. It's a whole different breed than playing GBs, which is like, what we grew up with. You're in your comfort of your own home playing
Yeah.
GBs. You can pause the game, go grab a drink, do whatever you need to do to be comfortable, go to the bathroom. In that setting, it's almost like anxiety the entire time, but like a good anxiety.
Yeah.
Um, which I think I wanna skip right to talking about Siege, because Siege is another competitive game that you and
Very.
I have a very close relationship with, and at times a very tenuous relationship with.
Many ups and downs. You love it
uh,
all though.
do you have like a favorite season so far from Siege throughout the? I think we're now in the fourth or fifth year. Do you have a favorite season that you really felt like the game was going your way?
It would have to be. It was around Operation Health. I can't remember every season throughout the years,
Yeah.
but I do know I want to say Operation Health was the peak of having a full five stack for the majority of the time playing.
Oh
And we
yeah.
played like close to like just that season alone, like close to like 500 games, maybe even more.
Oh yeah.
And it very well may have been my first time hitting plat. If not, it was maybe my second time, but that was my first time playing, feeling comfortable, knowing everything. And it was just the year that Siege decided they were going to try to fix the game that they ultimately saw was broken.
Yeah.
And so we had no new content out of it. We were just playing to play. And it was just, it's such a great game, honestly, and especially for competitive people. That's why I'm glad I moved on to Siege from Call of Duty, because like Call of Duty can be fun, but you always gotta challenge yourself, and that's one game you can really do it in.
It seems definitely more of a I guess you can say it's more of a skill based game rather than Call of Duty. Not to say that Call of
Yes.
Duty doesn't require skill, but the mere fact that any weapon in the game can one shot headshot in Siege is just
Hmm.
mind blowing compared to Call of Duty, where sometimes it feels like you dump a whole magazine into someone and they don't even die, and then they turn around and 360 no scope you off the top of high rise.
Yeah. Yeah,
uh,
you really gotta like use your head, and like it's not even like you can go in by yourself and win the game. You have to actually use your teammates, whether you're going with a five stack or going solo. You still have to use your teammates or just play off of them. It takes all five to win a match.
Yeah, absolutely. That's another really cool aspect of it too, because you see so many times that we get tilted whenever we play that game. Half the time, it's at the fact that we don't have a five stack, and
Hmm.
we get one or two, Randys, and they're picking like operators that are no help to the team, and then they're just running straight outside trying to go for kills instantly.
It's ridiculous. They want to be the hero, and obviously it just does not help. And it
And
really just it hurts your own confidence, and then that's what really messes with you. And then it's just all over from there.
yeah, yeah, that's true. We see it every single time one of us like has a bad round, and then it's almost like there's no coming back from that bad round.
Yeah,
It's all about the mentality of it, I guess.
exactly.
All right, so rotating away from competitive gaming, let's talk about streaming in general. You have done a lot more streaming on Twitch recently. Is this going to mean
Yes.
that you're moving over to Twitch permanently, or are you still going to kind of test the waters for both?
I think I definitely will keep other platforms like Mixer open, but mainly to Twitch, just because I did have a bad experience with Mixer, where I did have a really good stream, like solo queuing in Siege, and I can't get any of that footage back, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And that would have been great content for a video because it showed both that I really do try my hardest and I can do so much in just a single round and still not get the win. And I can have teammates who literally probably don't have hands. I don't know how they're even holding a controller. And I can't even get that back. So, whereas I have Twitch, I can still watch videos I like of me playing Apex like months ago, which is wild. And it just so much, it seems so much better. I was able to connect with people better. Everything just has like a better feel on Twitch. So I got to say that's definitely my primary for right now.
Yeah, definitely. That's like similar to my experience on Twitch. It almost feels like sometimes you get less people that come in and talk in your stream, but you end up getting more people that come back to watch.
Yeah.
Whereas on Mixer a lot of the time, because I streamed on Mixer before I was affiliated with Twitch, and it almost felt like every single time someone came into my Mixer stream, it was just, hey, can I play? And as soon as I'd be like, no, man, not right now, we'll do community games later, they'd be like, all right, later, and never come back. You get so many, it almost feels like little kids. Not to diminish the Mixer community, obviously, because I don't want to get flamed in the comments for people listening. They're like, I fucking love Mixer, shut up! No, it has its own perks, what's the thing that they have going where the hype zone?
The hype zone, yeah, that's what I like about it the most.
Can you explain the hype zone to the people that might not know what it is?
It's practically its own channel. I have found out it's very easy to find the hop on like the Fortnite hype zone, the Warzone hype zone, than it is to hop on the Siege hype zone. But I've realized you just have to type it in the search bar and boom, right there. But
Yeah.
it's just a channel that goes around and it finds people in critical moments of their game, whatever game it is. Like for instance, Siege, whoever's closest to winning a round, it just hops right onto their stream and it brings all the viewers there to watch that one stream. And I was lucky enough to hop on it one time, and that got me like 2 or 3 followers. And I just remember seeing my viewers go from like 2 to like 70, and I was in shock. I was in such shock, I ended up dying right away. But it was well worth it, I gotta say.
But
And
that
it's just
that really
really
is one of the
interesting.
best feelings, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. And I remember just watching the Fortnite Hop Zone, and randomly I was like, why does this person sound familiar? And I realized it was Nick on Fortnite. I was like, whoa, I'm
No
like,
way.
what is this? And I told him, like, hey, you're on Hype Zone. He's like, what's that? I'm like, did you not realize you just had like almost 100 viewers? He's like, nope. I'm like, wow.
That's one of my biggest pet peeves though for streamers is people that just turn on the stream and then they don't pay attention to the
Yeah, it's
stream
like I
itself.
don't know what the point is. You're just to have something up on your screen or something like that.
I went into because I was doing this weird thing where I was trying to record a video of me like I was gonna donate a certain amount of bits to Twitch streamers like if they would like win a game or do something like that. And I went into a random Twitch streamer and it was this young kid and he was playing the 50v50 mode on Fortnite, which if you
Oh
know
yeah.
anything, like you know what the mode is, but it's not, life or death in that mode. It's not really as important as a normal, regular pub match in Fortnite or even Arena. And
Hmm.
I typed in his chat and I said, yo man, like, cause I actually came in, I rated him too. I rated him with like 10 viewers. I was like, hey man, like, hope you're having a good day. Like, if you can win this game, I'll donate like 1,000 bits, which is like $10. And the kid just didn't read the message. And he said something like, whoa, I think I have viewers. And one of his friends goes, don't pay attention to them. Focus on the game. And I nearly lost my mind in chat. I was like, dude, just like read your chat. That's all you gotta do, and you're gonna get like you could potentially get money. And the kid eventually told me to shut up. So I was like, all right, whatever, whatever. Like
that's the whole point of streaming, so then you can show people, like have them experience what you're experiencing, and have a connection between other people, and like even to have like if that happened to me, that'd be amazing. And it's just crazy that there are people that just I just don't understand that. Like that's the whole point of streaming, the interaction between other people with yourself.
Yep, it's baffling, but I think it's a whole new breed. Kind of like how we came up in the trick shotting era with Call of Duty. This is the Fortnite era where all these kids, their main goal is to just seem, not even be, just seem as good as a pro on the game, so that way they can get signed with a big contract to a team.
Yeah.
And like, you know, part of it is like respect the grind a little bit, because like
fake it till you make it.
We were trying to do, we were not like you know, optic level when we were playing Modern Warfare 2, but our trick shots looked it when those videos came out. We were looking like FaZe in those videos. But it's a whole other era, and we, you know, it's weird to say, but we almost just have to deal with those types of streamers now.
Yep.
Just like the generation before us had to deal with us coming in at trick shotting.
Yeah, like realizing, like running into younger players and all that stuff and seeing how they act. I think to myself, like, was I really that bad? Was I ever like this? And I tend to think, like, all right, I definitely was at time, so I get it. But like, wow.
Yeah. No, it's a crazy thing, and you know, it's all part of the generation, I guess, because it comes down to even viewers. When viewers do come in, and it's immediate, not even like a hey, how's it going, or like how's the stream going. It's an immediate hey, can I play? And if that's a no, it's all right, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go find a smaller streamer that will. It's almost like an uphill battle for just keeping viewers, not even getting them, but for keeping them at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I still do think Twitch is the better platform right now, to try and grow on at the very least.
Yeah, I've definitely realized that. I like to keep my options open because I do see people that stream through Facebook and all that stuff. Like Facebook setting up a whole part of gaming on that site alone seems to be working for a lot of people.
Yeah, Facebook isn't a bad
Facebook
option.
And I just see like randomly like just ads of people like promoting themselves and they're streaming games. I'm like, all right, let's just watch this. And I see there's like they have a few thousand viewers and like they're just all having a good time. I'm like, might have to check out Facebook too.
I know. I see people streaming and I see like a minimum of 10 viewers in each stream, and I'm like, damn, bro. If I could keep 10 viewers on Twitch, I would feel like the man. When I hit like 15 viewers, that's when people in my chat start being like, "Oh shit, he's making it!" I guess it all comes down to the differences in the platform. Facebook just has so many more people on it.
Yeah.
Like you can advertise to your grandparents, your parents, your siblings, your cousins. Just like, hey, everyone, just open up the stream and have it open. You have Facebook anyway.
Yeah.
Whereas like Twitch, Mixer, even YouTube, it's like, hey, can you open up my stream? And people are like, fuck no. Are you kidding?
What the hell? They don't know how to work it or anything. Because I remember when I first started on Twitch, I was sending the link out to everyone that I work with. And then I got back to work the next day and I was talking to my foreman, like, do you open up my stream? He was like, I didn't have the app downloaded. I'm like, I don't think you have to. I'm like, just open it up. He's like, told me to download something. I'm like, oh, that's a shame.
Damn. It really is like that though. I had a conversation with my sister the other day because like you said, not many people know about like streaming or the like what it's even about. And I explained it to my sister. I was like, look, if you have Amazon Prime, you can have Twitch Prime at the same time, and you'll get a free subscription to any streamer, and you can use that for me, and that's basically like giving me $5 for free every month. And even still, she was like, I don't know what you're even talking about. And It's like you can explain it 1,000 times, but people still won't get it.
Yeah, it's definitely a process, but it's a lot more simpler than it seems.
Yeah, yeah. Once you actually like look into it, you're like, oh, everything is literally explained to you.
Yeah.
That was how I literally got started on Twitch. Had no idea what to do, and just like kept clicking things, and eventually it was like, oh, you're streaming now. I was like, bet, great. I was definitely an
Yeah, I
awful
gotta
streamer
say,
when I started.
yeah. I mean, you gotta start somewhere.
True.
But Xbox definitely made it a lot easier for people to stream. Well, obviously, all like PlayStation, PC, all that, they made it easier for people to stream, and I gotta give it up to them for that. Because if that was the case, if it wasn't for them implementing Mixer and Twitch right through Xbox, I would have never streamed before.
Oh no, I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for Xbox actually allowing people to stream directly from their Xbox.
Yeah,
because I wouldn't have made the leap to buy a capture card without knowing that there was something there.
mm-hmm.
That was the main thing that really changed my content from just let me turn on my Xbox stream and kind of half pay attention to chat, but also not, because I was too afraid that people were gonna like yell at me in the party. But like it changed it from that to being able to stream to my PC and just mute my party whenever I want to talk to chat. And just like that simple movement from that, one thing to the other completely changes your mentality with streaming. Which is what you should do.
It's all in the works. It's all in the works.
Hell yeah, dude.
With everything going on, this whole pandemic's making it a little bit more difficult, but I'm pushing through.
Yep. That's literally all we can ask at this point, is that we're able to push through the pandemic.
This was honestly probably the perfect time for me to even get stuff done, and I've really been slacking on it, but I'm
to be
starting
fair,
to
you've been
figure
sick.
things out. That is true. I have been sick. A quick corona scare, but luckily that was ruled out.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's the plus. Still, being sick still sucks. Especially
100%.
with something serious.
Yeah. Still scary, especially with all this. You still think I remember before I even got my results back, I was like, I think I have corona. I'm like, this is it. I'm gonna die. I'm like, I have a weak immune system. Ever since I got Lyme disease, it's been worse.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this is it. This is GG's. This is the gulag.
I went through, because my mom got sick, and then my dad got sick a week after, and they both had the same symptoms as each other, except my dad's was hella worse. And I was like, oh fuck, it's gonna run down the chain eventually.
Yep.
It's coming for me.
It. Yeah.
But we're everyone's healthy, and we're happy for that.
Yeah, exactly. That's always good.
All right, I feel like this is a good place to end it. Brian, do you have any socials you want to throw out there? Any links or anything? Yeah, what do you have going on?
You already did it for me. You threw out my Twitch. You threw out my Mixer, my Twitter at HypeHellcat. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. One word, capital H for both Hype and Hellcat. I think that's all I got.
All right, awesome. And just in case, we're going to make sure to put all the links down in the description. Wherever you're watching this, I'm hoping to get this out on YouTube and potentially even maybe put it onto Spotify. I don't know the specifics of that yet, but we can hope.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you very much for listening to the first official Brett Official podcast, if I can remember my own name. Thank you, Brian. Or, as he's known online, LordJohnson, Hype Hellcat, Tectonic Tiger, whichever one he wants to be called in the future. Call him it, guys. Make sure you follow him. We're going to try and be live next week. If you want to be the next person on the podcast, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I'll be picking random people to come on the podcast. So, that's about it. Again, thank you very much for watching. Brian, I hope you have a good day. Viewers, I hope you have an even better day, and I'll talk to you guys later.